Good evening, Facebook fam. Welcome in on a Wednesday night. Bill Taylor here in the Ken's 5 Digital Center. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. How's everybody feeling out there? You probably see that part of the reason you may have felt it in the air today. Yeah, we had more mold, more grass for sure, a little bit of pigweed, a little bit of pecan as well. Hello, Leticia. How are you? Rachel. Yeah, Lisa, yeah. What's happening? Hola, Jorge. ¿Cómo estás? How you guys doing? Aurora, good to see you. Hola, Ron. ¿Cómo estás? Hi, Jane. Good to see you. Hi, Jorge. Crazy weather, right? Bernie's saying hello. What's up, Bernie? Asia, great news in Bernie that I hope takes over the ISD community. Bernie ISD is apparently going to do graduation outside at their stadium. I don't see why other school systems aren't doing that. It's pretty simple. I know there are big graduating classes, okay? I've got a senior at O'Connor High School. Her graduating class is more than 900 students. So I know it would be logistical, nightmare in a way. But you can plan it maybe over 2, even 3 nights. Why not? We're not doing anything else. Let's do it. Let's give these kids a graduation. So Bernie, way to go. Hope that continues. What's up, Jacob? All right, let's see who else is going. Polar vortex, Rachel, can you believe it? It's hard to believe because we didn't even talk about it during the winter, but it is dislodging, and I'm going to talk about it tonight. I'm doing great, Linda. Thank you so much for asking. I hope you're doing well. Hi, Denise. Candace, good to see you. Hola, Santa Maria Jones. That's good. Santa Maria Jones. Good to see you. Hey, Maria. Hey there, Nan, how are you? Tammy, good to see you. Hi, Aurora. Hello, Lisa. I'm sorry for looking down. I know it's rude when I'm talking, but that's the only way I can see names. It's going to get chilly by Saturday. It's going to be a few days. So this is something that's in our future, but we're going to talk about it. Doug, I'm doing great. How are you, brother? Good to see you. Currently having a walnut rum cake. Oh, soaked in rum sauce and cooling. Tammy, that's not even fair. That sounds so good. Stephen in Somerset, good to see you. Hi, April. Texas welcomes this kind of weather, right? Absolutely. Aloha, Jamie. I love it. Are you actually in Hawaii right now? That'd be cool. You're shipping it to Jersey? I grew up in New Jersey, Tammy. Now you're making it worse in a way. I might have to run up and have a slice and come back. Hi, Veronica. Becky, things are great. Thank you so much. From Taft, right, Rachel? Okay, so, I know there are a lot of schools in Northside. So maybe there's too many to pull something like that off, but there's several stadiums. They don't all have to use Ferris, right? Or even outside at some of the practice fields that we have. I don't know. There's got to be something we can do for them. Hi, Laura. Hi, Melinda. Carrie, good to see you. All right, so Pilar, it's going to get, I would say, cooler. I don't know if chilly is really the right word. There might be some chilly air maybe on Mother's Day morning. Let's look at that, okay? But first and foremost, the warm air today. Let's take a look at what we saw out there this afternoon. Afternoon high-wise, temperatures were a little bit closer to seasonal average. We should be around 84 this time of year, so we hit 87. So did Cotulla. Warmest on the map looks to be Beeville and George West at 89. So like I said, we should be hitting about 84 this time of year. Nice day in Bernie. Speaking of Bernie, 82. Same at Fredericksburg. Very nice. So no lake. Tracy, I wouldn't rule it out. It looks like half and half on Saturday. Better idea for Sunday lake visit. Hey, Brian, you should do a total weathercast in Spanish. I wouldn't get much out. I don't know much Spanish at all. I know very, very little. Hi, Ava, how are you? All I know is that I'm glad I don't live up, right, Joe? And that's the thing. You're going to hear about how much colder than normal it's going to get up there thanks to the polar vortex. Maybe, Genia, is it Genia? Some storms are possible because this is going to be a good transition of air masses, and that's typically where we see the best storms generate is when we're going to really change over air mass, when we have something warm and humid and it's coming in with a cold, dense, drier air mass, and that clash of the titans. Yes, Ann, definitely. But not for a couple of days. What's a polar vortex? Hi, Brianna, good to see you. So a polar vortex It's an upper level low. You know, we talk about areas of low pressure. Well, that's what this is, except it's at the pole, okay, and typically stays at the pole. And every so often it will drift to the south, descend, if you will, off the poles and into northern Canada and North America. And what's going to happen, while I'm talking about it, why don't we just kind of get it up here graphically so you can see it as well. Where are we? There we are. So this is talking about, again, an upper level low that's positioned way up to the north. And you can see it around, I'm going to say, Moosonee. You can see where Winnipeg is, almost dead center. And then just to the northeast of Winnipeg, and I'm going to say Moosonee is where the center of that area of low pressure is. You can see the tight pressure gradient. Remember, all the lines that you're seeing are what are called isobars. They're connecting equal areas of barometric pressure. Air pressure, the weight of the air. And so if we were to put down the actual numbers of air pressure, right, all along that line would be the exact same. We're connecting the dots. So wherever you start seeing a lot of those lines in one area, even between, if you look in North America between Dallas and St. Louis, and you see just how many lines there are stacked up there, that's what we call a tight pressure gradient. So you'll get a lot of wind speed in there. Okay, and the same goes for that area right around the center of that low pressure in Canada. So that's a tight pressure gradient, as we call it, where pressure, the air pressure is changing a lot over a small area, relatively speaking. I mean, I know between Dallas and St. Louis, you're like, that's a big area. Well, not when we're talking about big upper level lows and isobars. Haven't heard that term since Michigan. Usually happens in the winter, right, Ann? Absolutely. And here's the thing, it was a mild winter this year for us. That's why we never talked about it. The polar vortex stayed at the pole this winter. Did not see, I mean, it was a cold winter for the northern states, as it usually is, but we didn't see a big polar vortex move south and really influence the lower 48. I mean, that's when, you know, we really see a lot of cold air across the whole U.S., even as far south as here. All right, Mico, Texas. How you guys doing out there? By Saturday, Jeff, it's going to be a few days. The front comes in probably Friday, and so the cooler air spills south on Saturday mainly. Oh, you're welcome, Ron. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're here with us. Yeah, cool, Lynn. I wouldn't call it cold. You know, this is May. I mean, so we should be 84 in the afternoon.
Sure.
We should be in the 60s
hope
in the morning.
Wednesday, hope you're having a good Wednesday
night. We've been above
night.
average,
Next
that's
to 10,
for
we've got an
sure.
update on a story that has
above average.
That has a lot of you talking. A Dallas salon owner
this season. All right, so let's put this in motion. You'll see what happens. Here's the polar vortex dropping south from
She
Moosonee,
ended up in jail,
Canada,
and now some
and there
top
it is,
state
centered
leaders,
over Toronto
the governor
Friday.
himself, are coming to her defense.
And notice how it's beelining for the New York area, Washington, Boston.
And then coronavirus is spreading like wildfire
It doesn't get
inside
much
jails
farther
and prisons.
south than it looks.
Here from families worried
like
about
Toronto,
inmates.
but see how tightly packed those winds are going to be? From Washington, D.C. up through New York. We're going to hear a lot about this because, you know, there's a big population up there. And so it affects a lot of Americans. And whenever that happens, it's the lead story on national news. So we're going to hear about a lot of it on Friday, Saturday, big winds, lots of cold. And you can see just all that blue, all that white, that's snow wrapped around that low. And we won't see much snow as far south as, say, Washington. It looks like it cuts off. It does look like you get a few snow flurries there. Maybe as far south as, looks like West Virginia right there. That's something else. Wow. In May 9th, they're going to have possibilities.
Hope you're having a good Wednesday night. Next at 10, we've got an update on a story that has a lot of you talking. A Dallas salon owner defied state orders and kept their business open.
I see that too,
She ended up in jail. And now some top state leaders, including the governor himself, are coming to her defense.
Stand by, everybody.
Coronavirus spreading like wildfire inside jails and prisons. Hear from families worried about inmates and guards putting their health at risk. And how one man is bringing quarantine concerts to people stuck at home.
Okay, maybe not now. Did that correct it? I just clicked an audio button. I hope I didn't mess up anything, but I think it's over now anyway. Okay, not sure. Hello from Maria and Leon. Sure do miss you. Miss you too, Maria and Leon. Glad you're here. Yeah, in fact, I was getting ready for Cloudy with a Chance of Learning this afternoon, 1 o'clock. You know, we do that on weekdays. And today was Computer Models 101. Teach everything about what computer models are and how they work. But then we had a big breaking news event at about 12:55. It was that shooting and stabbing out on Bandera in 1604. And so I'm setting up when our news director flies out of his office and says, we've got breaking news. And he says, hold off on that because we're going to need Facebook and we're going to be live. And so by 1 o'clock, we were up live from that scene, and where we had one fatality, unfortunately, and we have one other lady recovering from what appears to be a little domestic squabble that went bad. So yeah, that was terrifying for a few minutes because I knew my wife and girls were out getting lunch because I had just left the house and just left them, and they're like, yeah, we're going to go grab some lunch. And I said, okay. And I was going to work, and then when I heard, and we live in Helotes, and so I knew that 1604 Bandera, they were going to be in that area for sure. And I was like, where are you guys? And, you know, because the first reports, that's what's always scary about the news, the first reports that come in aren't always the most accurate. Sometimes you just hear like a broad brush, and that's what we had. All we had were, we had a possible shooting, but we had multiple casualties, 1604 Bandera. That's the first information I got. Multiple casualties, 1604 Bandera. And I was like, what? And that just terrifies you. You don't know what it could be. And so thankfully it was only 3 people involved from what I understand. And one woman is recovering in the hospital. The other, unfortunately, rest in peace. But I don't know, at 6 p.m. we were close to an arrest, I believe, in that case. Anyway, not here to talk about that, but that's what happened at 1 o'clock. So I was preempted. Cloudy with a chance of learning, preempted today. Really feels like it's a real thing if you get preempted, right? Thanks, Brian. You too, brother. Good to see you, man. Stay safe. That was near your house, Kimberly. Oh, no. That had to be terrifying. Because, again, when those first reports come firing out, you don't know what's going on yet until you start getting some of the facts. All right, so if you take a look, now, we were talking about the polar vortex and how it's dropping into the northeast United States. Now, notice, too, that you see the precipitation in South Texas. Because what this vortex is going to help do is push a cold front farther south and through our area Friday night into Saturday morning. So the front itself, we'll start getting north winds probably by Friday afternoon. But then we're going to start to see the best chance of rain in more of an overrunning setup for Saturday. I think it's going to be early up to about midday or maybe about 1 or 2 o'clock. Speaking of those computer models, we're going to take a look at that and just see what we've got. Alice, Texas is saying hello. Hi, Lulu Gutierrez, the great Joe Ryan from Alice, Texas. Isn't there a statue of Joe in Alice, downtown Alice? A shout out to Anna. What's happening, Anna? Good to see you on a Wednesday night. So glad you're here. Thank you, Ron. Yeah, me too. I was terrified for a second, and they were on the other side of 1604 at Whataburger. My 14-year-old loves Whataburger, so they were getting her some Whataburger. And this incident happened in the strip center near Chick-fil-A, the one that's got Payway, and it happened outside that Diesel barbershop. So they were at a safe distance, but I guess one of our watchers was not close to the house. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jessica. Bad migraine, huh? That's horrible. Sorry to hear that. Hope you feel better. Hi, Alice. God bless you, Carissa. Thank you so much. That's my daughter's name, Carissa, spelled different, C-A-R-I-S-S-A. But Carissa's from the Greek, the original Greek for grace, charis, like God's grace, charis. Future meteorologist, Kayla Jordan. All right, awesome. Remember, it's an imperfect science. It's an applied science. We can't get it 100% every time, but we're closer than ever, okay? We're closer than ever, but you're going to love it. It is the study of the atmosphere. It is the most common denominator of man, the weather, right? Nothing grounds all of us, nothing affects all of us more than the weather. When it rains, everybody gets wet. Doesn't matter if you're rich, poor, doesn't matter ethnicity, everybody's affected by the weather. So that's one of the neat things is that, you know, we're forever students of the atmosphere. And so might I suggest, if you're in San Antonio, UIW has a great meteorology program. If you want to travel outside of the city, Texas A&M, one of the best as far as the state is concerned. Texas Tech, also a fantastic meteorology program. But A&M is strong, very good program. And you can, you know, do so many things in meteorology. It's not just a television career. There's, of course, the National Weather Service. I think one of the best gigs is probably with like, but it's a high pressure one. No pun intended. But say like PGA Tour, they hire meteorologists to tour with the golfers in order to make sure that weather conditions are just right for the golfers and for these big tournaments when they resume, right? But the pressure that they must, I'll tell you a quick story. When I was in Montgomery, Alabama, which is where I worked before here, I was in an NBC station. And I remember doing a conference call. This was one of the most high pressure forecasts I've ever had to do in my life. And it was me, the chief meteorologist, Rich Thomas at the time, and we had the SEC, and we had the Auburn athletic department, because it was a big Thursday night ESPN game that was going to be played in Auburn, and it was a threat of severe weather. So they wanted us in on that conversation about the threat of severe weather. And, you know, you're talking about 90,000 people that are going to go to this game in Auburn, Alabama. It was, you talk about wanting to get that forecast right. And we did, thankfully. But it was, I was scared to death. I mean, I'm glad it was a conference call and not a Zoom, because I was sweating bullets. I was nervous. Yeah, whoop 'em, Colleen, right? Absolutely. It's a great program. I know, in fact, good buddy that interned here years ago, Travis Herzog. Travis was an A&M product, and he's at, I'm trying to think of the channel, is it 13 ABC in Houston? So he's fantastic, doing really well. Luis, thank you. There's another one in the works. Luis enjoyed a few of the TikTok moves. I'll tell you what, the girls, they're going to teach me another one or two here coming up shortly, because they said the next one, hey Dad, you know, this next one, they showed me tonight, they said this one's a little more difficult. I said, I'm in. Clear my weekend. I'm going to learn it, and we're going to post it, so it's coming. All right, so here's the front. Now, it's going to be Friday, Saturday. I want to show you first the temperature drop. It's going to be mid-80s Thursday, Friday. Both days are going to be pretty breezy, by the way. Starting tomorrow, you're going to start getting some good southeast winds, then good north winds by Friday with the front. And so Saturday, the winds will die down, but the temperature will drop with them. So 75 will be the high Saturday. That means hill country, upper 60s for a high Saturday. Fredericksburg, Kerrville. And we should, by the afternoon, dry out. And then Mother's Day, we rebound to about 82. So I think we're going to be, you know, really enjoying our day to celebrate moms. Miss you, Mom. Love you. All right, let me show you what the future model looks like on the timing for the Saturday rain. So I think we could see a few showers on Friday. So we're going to start Friday midday. Looks like it's showing a little bit more rain around San Marcos up to Austin, maybe an isolated shower or two for San Antonio. Again, midday Friday. This would be the earliest any rain starts for us here in the city. Now, as we move through, this is 2:30, and notice how you see the kind of north to south progression of this rain. So this rain, computer model is going to be putting this along the front. Again, this is Friday, 3:30, 4 p.m., and you see a lot more rain, better coverage to the south. But we're not seeing many thunderstorms, okay? Now, as we get everything to the south, now keep in mind we're going to lose contours and temperatures. So we'll lose the color of the map with the temperatures, because the computer model is not going to be forecasting temperatures out that far, which is going to be Friday night into Saturday. So as we get into Saturday, but it will do precipitation. That's what we're talking about anyway. So here's on Saturday, what's going to happen is an overrunning setup. Remember, we get the cooler, drier air to drop into the surface, and then moisture coming up over top of it creates overrunning. And so with that, usually a light, moderate, sometimes heavy at times rainfall. It's not going to be a big thunderstorm event, not expecting severe weather. In an overrunning, you typically will not see severe weather. So we don't have that threat. But you can see heavy pockets of rain. Look at that around Cotulla, Saturday morning, 7 a.m., and the rain is just kind of knocking on our door. And look at that, the model just really keeps it south of us. Not getting much, in fact, staying dry across North San Antonio and most of the rain south. That's why the rain chances for Saturday running about 40% is the highest we're putting. And that's about right. I mean, 4 out of 10 of you, because most of us will not see rain come Saturday. And then once that happens, I mean, then once that impulse and that front does its overrunning on Saturday morning, it's done. And you can see by 3 in the afternoon, we are completely dry. We'll be cooler. Let me show you what the temperatures are expected to do. 7-day forecast, and we'll see what the change is. Volume is good. Okay, everybody. Oh, I didn't know. Lost my volume? You're a great girl. Oh, thanks, Danielle. Want to chase tornadoes, Kayla. Yeah, that's always good stuff, right? You can do that now. I think they still do public tours where you pay and you go with a storm chasing team. They can't guarantee anything, but when conditions are set up, and this is the time of year, they'll take you. So here's what we've got. Temperature drop from 84 on Friday to only 76 on Saturday. But look at Saturday morning. Look at Sunday morning. 53. That means the hill country 47, maybe 48. Okay. If it's still, it doesn't look like it'll be that breezy because winds will be 8 to 10 miles per hour probably overnight. And if the winds die down enough, you get a little bit cooler. So you can be, for sure, we're going to see some mid-40s in the hill country on Sunday morning. That's going to be neat. Then 82 by Sunday afternoon, lots of sunshine. Beautiful Mother's Day. Beautiful Mother's Day. Hi, today is my birthday. Happy birthday, dear Melissa. Happy birthday to you. Beautiful birthday. Happy birthday, Melissa. Glad you're here. Roger Hill out of Oklahoma does some storm chasing tours. Thank you, Ann. Very good. Passing that along to our future meteorologist, Jordan, right? Was it Jordan? No, Kayla Jordan. I got it half right. Kayla, and yeah, I have to Google that because Oklahoma, that's the hot spot. That's the epicenter. That's right where those cold fronts with their coldest air meet those, humid, warm conditions. So yeah, Oklahoma, North Texas, always the hot spot. Rain chances will return as soon as Monday night and Tuesday get here. Looks like Tuesday, Wednesday, rain chances running right now at about 40%. But again, 6-7 days from now, that can change quite a bit. And you can see we warm right back up as well after a cooler than average weekend. Look at that, 76, then down to 53 on Sunday morning. That's going to feel really good. Rain for Cotulla on Saturday. Yes, Hanak is excited. Absolutely. So Saturday morning, and then by the afternoon, it looks like it dries out. Watching the weather with you. Thanks, Ernesto. Appreciate you watching, brother. All the birthday wishes for Melissa. That's so cool. Happy birthday, Melissa, and many more. Okay, so let me show you something else real quick before we go. Again, 7-day forecast looking pretty good. Best chance of rain overnight Friday into Saturday morning, and you can see that not everyone's getting rain with this. 40%. Oh, that's what I wanted to show you, right? So as we're talking about not everyone seeing this, rainfall, I'll give you an idea. The 7-day rainfall forecast, okay? So between now and next Wednesday, you've got San Antonio and the metro under half an inch. And then you start getting into the half-inch totals for Atascosa County, Frio County, Karnes County, and then working south, you've got to get down to Beeville, south of Tilden for the rainfall totals that are pushing an inch, maybe an inch and a half, okay? Tops. So that's about right, because all the rain that we're looking at this rainfall total is based on the Friday, Saturday rainfall, because after that, we won't have a chance until probably next Wednesday, a week from today. So maybe some of that's included here a little bit, but the majority of this would be the Friday, Saturday event. And I use the word event lightly because it's not going to be a severe weather event or anything like that, okay? It's just going to be a rainfall chance that we won't see for a while. Now, here's the good news, okay? We don't need this rain as badly as, days and years have passed, for sure. Look, with the majority of San Antonio, the southwest side of the county is in moderate drought. And then you see most of Medina County, moderate. But that yellow means dry. That does not mean drought. And that pocket from Tilden up to Karnes City and almost Cuero, where you don't see any color, that's normal, okay? Like Kerrville, Rock Springs, out to Del Rio. They're in good shape, above normal precipitation at this point. So the one pocket of extreme is out at Eagle Pass, almost to Carrizo Springs. So again, that's just one pocket. We had that extreme across all that area from Eagle Pass almost to Victoria at one time. So we've really seen some good rain hitting the right spots in the last few rain events. Hey, Sylvia, good to see you. Colleen? right? Not ready for the heat quite yet. I know, we've already had a little bit of a taste. So I'll leave you with a 7-day forecast, guys. Wish you the best Wednesday night ever. Have a wonderful Wednesday evening. And make sure to join us for Eyewitness News at 10. We'll have all the latest on that breaking news from today I told you about. Of course, the latest on the coronavirus, which finally we've got some light at the end of the tunnel, right? I can't wait. I know you hear the scanners. I just can't wait till I can see people in this newsroom. It is completely empty, with the exception of Joe Ryan-Eagle. That's it, because Deborah Knapp is already getting ready, and I'm right on her heels. I've got to go get ready too. I'm not wearing heels. I'm right on her heels. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. God bless you, and thanks for watching. As always, let me see. What do I have to do now from here? Okay, there it is. Okay, I love you. God bless you. Have a wonderful Thursday, Friday. Well, I'll probably be back tomorrow night. Everybody take care. Have a great night. You too, Ron. Take care. Oh, my pleasure. I love to sing, Sizzly. I'll sing on your birthday. You got to join us on that birthday day, okay? Green light. Hi, Marina. Green light in the sky. Did not see that. Beautiful moon tonight, though. I think it's a full moon. All right, everybody, take care. Have a wonderful night. God bless you.